Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder.
What are you wearing today, and what's the cost of what you're wearing?
Yellow shirt, white pants. Both I got from my uncle, so I don't know how much was it cost. And my shoes actually new. I bought in 600 shekels.
I'm actually playing Fuchivoli over here on the beach, so I'm wearing nothing, almost. Calvin Klein shirt, t-shirt and underwear.
I'm wearing like a t-shirt, a basic t-shirt from Renoir, jeans from Renoir. And Vans. Here in Israel, the clothes is very expensive. Like a t-shirt is 150 shek, the jeans is around 350, the shoes 350.
I'm wearing sport suit. The top of Reebok, it's cost 140, and the tights cost 220. The shoes is Tory Bor shoe, flip-flop, I would say it in English. And it cost me $50.
My shoes, it's about 700 shekels. My panda socks, it's about $10 from Shein. The shirt, it's about 150, I bought it, and the pants, it's around 300 shekel, more or less, and sunglasses for like 200.
I'm wearing Nike sports clothing. Cost, I think 100 knees, like shekels for each.
For each, okay.
From ASOS.
How much do you care about what you're wearing?
I care, I do. I'm trying to, like go around, see new things.
It's very important to me how I look and what I'm wearing. I like fashion and style and look good, and I think that when you look good, you feel good. You feel good and you invent good things.
What do you care most about? Family, friends, education, money, land, power, friendship? What do you care most about? Anything?
It's all together, I think. Like for me, is living the good life, live like in a nice apartment, being like socially friendly with people, drive on a nice car and eat in good restaurants and like flight over the world.
All together, but especially to have the best time in my life. Like I try to be every day in the beach because it makes me feel like I'm alive. And I don't know, my friends, I think especially not things that cost money.
In one or two words, how would you describe your life here in Tel Aviv?
Tel Aviv is like no other city, and I've been to a lot of places. It's like the freedom, like the beach and the people and style and fashion.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Best city in the world I ever lived. Yeah, I lived here for 2 years, and every day it's like a carnival.
I think we're living very good. We're living the best life in the world.
What is your biggest challenge living in Tel Aviv?
Expensive. It's very expensive to live in Tel Aviv. It's very hard. It's like you all the time in running after your dreams, and you feel that you don't even get close to it.
Listen, to produce money, like here to live good and like the good quality of life, you need to do like around 25,000 shekel. It's to
live a good life.
To finish the month.
Parking.
Yeah.
Definitely the parking. Yeah, sometimes I need to park my car and take my scooter to my car just because it's too far.
As an Israeli person living here in Tel Aviv, do you trust your political leaders? Do you think your political leaders have your best interests at heart?
I think most of them want Israelis actually to succeed. Some of them have other ideologies, but I think that the left and the right, I think, have very good intentions. So like the left just care more about like, I don't know, Arabs and other people, and the right wing, I think, care more about the Jewish traditions.
No, I don't trust them at all. I don't even like voting.
And now I don't like the politician leaders. I support more in the soldiers and what they do. It can't be together because we can't trust them. All the time we try to live together, and all the time they kill us.
So Israel is known to mandate all Israeli Jewish citizens to serve in the army. Have you served in the army? And how would you describe your experience? And do you agree that everyone should serve in the army?
I did serve in the army. I actually been an officer in the army. Like I gave like more than 2 years that I need, like the regular serve. I think it's a very important step in our life. Like for the Israeli people, it's very important because it's make you much more mature. You meet a new people and you see the other face of the Israeli, because there's a lot of different breeds, I'll call it.
Yeah, I was in the army. We did crazy things. I can't say that it was fun every day. It was very hard.
It's mandatory, and I think I agree with it because we don't have anyone else to protect us. Israel is a small country and is surrounded by a lot of enemies countries. So if we don't protect and take a part of the army, so I don't think anyone else will do it.
Tel Aviv is kind of evolving into a more secular city. How do you feel about that? Do you think like a country like Israel can exist being a secular country? Or do you think it has to remain like a Jewish country?
I think Tel Aviv is supposed to be a country by herself. Like I think Tel Aviv need to have the special rules of living here, because that's what probably going on. Because out of Tel Aviv you're gonna see very different culture, very different people, very different stylish way and stylish life. Everything is very, very different from the out of Tel Aviv.
A little bit of both, I guess, because this is the only country we can actually live in. But with all the respect, like things that happened 4,000 years ago doesn't really interesting me now. So, it's nice to have a wedding, but it doesn't have to be with a rabbi, and all this rabbi thing. And if I will ever get married, I don't think I will have a rabbi. Even my parents are religious. And because this is my belief, this is my thought, like this is me. So I would better do it in party or something that it fit me and my friend and my guest. And if anybody think it's not so nice, don't come then,
Do you consider yourself a very religious person?
Yes.
I grew up religious.
But are you religious now?
Not really.
No, I'm not religious. I'm Jewish. I'm doing like holidays with the family and everything, but I'm not strict.
No, not at all. I actually have a girlfriend. She's very cute.
Yes.
Do you consider yourself a religious person?
No at all.
Do you think that non-religious Israeli people or people who convert into Judaism still have more right to this land or the right to return to this land than, say, Palestinians?
It's a tricky question. Not really, because, look, according to the Bible, we've been here for a long time, and the Palestinians technically came from other countries around us, like from Egypt, from Jordan, from Lebanon, from Syria, and then they came here like we actually left Israel. So if you ask me who have the right, yeah, the Jewish have the right to be here, because Muhammad came from, I wouldn't say came, but like technically, as far as I know, like Moses believed in one God, and then Muhammad believed in one God, and technically have almost same kind of things.
I don't think that the Palestinians have rights in this country, from my opinion.
Like in every war, there's a winners and there's a people who's lost their place, like in Ukraine, for example. I don't agree with that, of course. I don't believe that we need to kill or make people to not have place. But for now, we live in here, and this is our home, and we have nowhere to go because of the Holocaust long time ago and everything. So this is our home, and we are not trying to fight everybody around us, but people who trying to fight us, yeah, we have to protect our home. So I think, yeah, this is the place for the Israel. And if you're gonna look around us, we have Lebanon and we have Syria and we have Egypt and we are surrounded by Arab places. So they need to go over there, and they have a lot of place. And this is our home.
I think that it's important that this state will be Jewish. I'm not talking about human rights. I think that in that sense, like everybody should have an equal right. But Jews do not have any other place in the world like that actually can protect them. Like the Holocaust was really recently. You can feel so many anti-Semitism. And if you're not Jewish, you cannot understand what is it that there is one place in the world with an army that actually protect you and tell you for sure you can say I'm Jewish. Not necessarily religious, but just say I'm Jewish, and to know that there is plenty of soldiers that will protect you, that nobody harm you. Israel is defense military. Nobody wants to conquer new places. We have no desire, we're not Putin, we have no desire to conquer new countries, new territories.
So during last year when there was a war going on, Gaza is very close to Tel Aviv. Did that impact your life? Were you afraid? Like how does that, do you feel like you are on edge?
Yes, last year we lived here in the hotel. So last year there was bombing. Like it's not really come across Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is not really close to Gaza. It's in the middle of the country. Gaza is more in the south. So Ashkelon, the cities Ashkelon and Ashdod is like more close to it. So they living with it every day. But when it comes to Tel Aviv in the middle of the country, it felt very close, and no one thought it can be this far from Gaza to Tel Aviv. So I was afraid.
Listen, I have kids, so I was scared about my kids, but I grow up to it. You know, I've been here in the days that buses are bombed, and I saw like dead people, and you know, it's like in the news all the time. So you get used to it.
So honestly, the war with Gaza, like the missiles from Gaza, I wasn't really afraid. I walked quite freely because I trusted the technology, the Iron Dome. I was afraid more from the stabbing and these kind of things, because that's something that can be very surprising and you have no control.
Do you think that Israelis and Arabs can coexist together peacefully here?
I hope. Like, for example, you have Jaffa over here, which is very close. It's like 1 kilometer away from here, so I think it's possible, but it depends of them. It depends on them, on the way they grow up their children, because they started from teach them that the Jews are very bad people. The Jews are impossible to live with, which is not true. We're all human, and the food they're gonna give their children when they're young, that's the food they're gonna grow up with.
Yeah, sure. But I think they should respect the fact that there is one place where Jews want to live and yeah, definitely. I have many Arab friends. I speak Arabic. I want to speak with Arabs, definitely. And now with the UAE, we see that the Abraham Accords, we see that there are many Arab countries that we want to do business with, and they appreciate Jews and they appreciate Israelis. And I think that also Arabs appreciate what's going on here and how Jews actually made this an amazing place. And we want to live together. I think that there is only few Arabs that actually do not want us to live together, and they are the ones that make most of the noise.
Yes, why not? You know, we are live here in peace, and you know, like we are good friends, and we eat in like the restaurants, and they come like. Maybe the news is like making it like look like there is a fight. The fight is more like you know, from Gaza, from like this kind of. Here we live like together.
Jewish and Arabic? No. Definitely no.
Why not?
Because it depends. It's not all the Arabics. You know, I think that you have Arabics that they think like us and they want peace, and it's okay, but you don't really know who is these people.
Yes, but they need to love us more than they love their children first, and then it will happen.
Yes, I hope so, because there is no other place for Jewish people, and also they was here too, but we conquered it, you know. They was living here too, and so are we, and we conquered it, so they need to live with it, but in peace. I understand that it's a difficult situation because they are under control of not their people, but it's complicated. I agree with it, but I don't agree that they sabotage and stop people in the. Not I don't say all the Arabs are like that, but the bad ones need to chill, because we can't live like this.
My last question is, what is some misconceptions you think people have about Israel or Israelis that you would like for someone who doesn't know much about Israel to know?
Oh, it's a beautiful place. So you guys better come here. It's like all the security issue and all the people say it's bombs and stuff. It's under control. So don't worry. just come, enjoy.
We have here like the beach, we have here like a good nightlife, we have the best restaurants, we have like the north, the south, like many places to go, even if it's nature or just social and good life. And I recommend to everyone to come here.
I think that it's very easy to look from outside and don't really know what really happened here. If they come here, they see that it's a very big mistake that what people saying in the whole world, because we have a very good army and good people, and I don't know one people or one soldier that kill people because religion, color or something like this. They just protect of us.
I think that people many times see Israelis as the strong country that want to, to act against like the poor people in like Gaza and West Bank and stuff. And such a huge misconception, because I think that Israelis never wanted to harm anybody else. They just wanted to live, and sometimes to live you need to create, huge technologies and Iron Dome and F-16 and F-16, etc., etc. But no Israeli and no Jewish ever. There are some crazy maybe, but nobody actually wanted to harm or to conquer or to control other people. We just want to live. It's like, I can give you an example that is not politically correct, but like assuming that, in Syria there will be a gay club where they just want to have this small place where they can live without anybody shouting at them that they are bad because they are gays. Because in Syria, as you know, they hang people, I think, that are gays. And so I think that like Israel in some ways is similar. We suffered so much from anti-Semitism. We just want to have this club, this small club in the world where we can express our Judaism, our holidays, our culture, our history in a protected way. We don't want to conquer anything. We don't care about, we actually help so many other nations in the world, and that's one of the fundamentals in Judaism, to spread light.